So there's a lot of talk about this next question I have is the insurance adjuster or the insurance company asked the homeowner to get 3 bids. Okay. Everybody talks about it, and I want to get your take on it.
So let's say I, as an adjuster, and you're the consumer, I say, you need to go out and get 3 bids. And then you can say, does my policy state that I have to do that? No. Then why would I do that? I already have a contractor that I trust. I've asked for referrals from people that I know and trust, and they've given me someone that's competent and trustworthy. I like them, I trust them, and they've who I've selected as my contractor of record. So no, I'm not going to go get 3 bids because my policy doesn't require me to do so, and I've already selected someone that I like and that I trust.
And in the event the homeowner hasn't picked a contractor yet and they're in the process of selecting the contractor they want to work with, how big of a waste of time is it for them to ask for individual estimates from each one of the contractors that they're interviewing?
Let's use the example that we were talking about earlier, that a consumer sustains a truly $20,000 loss on their house. To restore their house back to its pre-peril, pre-loss condition using materials of like kind and quality and meeting the standard of minimum construction best practices is going to cost $20,000. All right? So let's say that they go out and get bids. And so the construction companies go, well, if I bid $20,000, I'll lose the job. So I'll bid 18, and the next guy bids 17, and the next guy bids 16. Let's see who can save the insurance company the most money. Mm-hmm. They're not going to put that extra $3,000, $4,000 in their pocket because you have to show the bills at the end of the process how much you paid, and that's how much they're going to pay you. They're not going to pay you 20 and you pay 17 or 16 and you keep $3,000 or $4,000. They're going to demand, me as an adjuster, I'm going to demand to see canceled checks and a final invoice of how much you paid your contractor. And if you paid them 16, that's what I'm going to pay you. I'm not going to pay you the 20 that I owed you. I'm going to pay you the 16. Congratulations. You just saved my company $4,000. How magnanimous of you to go to the trouble to go out and get 3 bids to save me money.
And you're probably getting a
piece and by the way, do you think that you're going to get $20,000 worth of construction for $16,000 or $17,000? Yeah. Let's say at your job that you work at, you make $2,000 a month, let's just say. And your boss comes in and says, I found someone that'll do your job for $1,600. Are you going to do $2,000 worth of work every month for $1,600? Because some desperate person is willing to do desperate things and work for a desperate price.
No, absolutely not.
Who would do such a thing? No, this job is worth $2,000. I'm getting paid $2,000. I'm not going to do $2,000 worth of work a month for $1,600. I'm going to do $2,000 worth of work a month for $2,000. Likewise, why would a company say they're going to do $20,000 worth of work for $17,000, $16,000 unless they're desperate? If you want to hire a desperate contractor to work on your home, this is your home, then God bless you. I can't help you.
Yeah.
But if it's a $20,000 job, you should be paying $20,000. Because guess how much you're out of pocket? Your deductible. You have to pay your deductible anyway. So if your deductible is $3,000, let's say, then you're having to pay $3,000 out of pocket whether or not you're paying a $16,000 contractor or a $20,000 contractor. So which one do you think is going to do the better work? One who's desperate and is doing $20,000 worth of work for $16,000, or the one who's getting paid $20,000 for $20,000 worth of workmanship? Which one do you think is going to cut corners? Because they're forced to, because you forced them to bid the job. Mm-hmm. They're going to justify cutting the corners on your job because you're making them do it for $16,000. And they justify it, cutting those corners, because they're not going to do $20,000 worth of work for $16,000. What fool would do that?
No. And you mentioned the deductible. They have to pay the deductible.
They have to pay the deductible anyway. The law says that you have to pay your deductible.
Regardless if a contractor says you don't have to, I'll waive it. I know in Texas they're actually making people
there's laws against such things as eating deductibles. So if you have a contractor who says, I'll eat your deductible, great. Now you're working with a criminal. You want to have a criminal working on your house?
Yeah.
If they suggest or agree to eating the deductible, you've just hired a criminal. You've conspired with them to commit a criminal act. Congratulations for conspiring with a criminal to commit a criminal act working on your home. You are a genius. No thanks.
Yeah.
I'll just pay my deductible, which I contractually obligated myself to in the contract, in the policy. I said my deductible on my auto policy is $1,000 to get my truck fixed, so I pay the $1,000 to the body shop.
Of course.
My deductible to fix my roof that's damaged by wind and hail is $3,000, so I pony up to $3,000 because that's what I contractually obligated myself to pay. It's my contribution to the loss. I contribute the first $3,000. The insurance company covers the rest, not to exceed whatever my policy limits are.